Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 215 webinar of our Saturday webinar series hosted by Managed Center for Innovation and Agripreneurship. So myself, Dr. Ahalya, working as a Managed Fellow. So since October 2020, Managed Center for Innovation and Agripreneurship has been at the forefront of agriculture innovation, hosting 214 consecutive weekly webinars that have touched countless entrepreneurs and transformed numerous agricultural ventures. So today marks another milestone in this remarkable journey as a center of excellence in agribusiness incubation under the National Institute of Agriculture Extension Management. MANES-IA has redefined the landscape of agricultural entrepreneurship. Our center has been cradle of innovation for 940 entrepreneurs, nurturing their dreams and transforming them to viable enterprises. We take immense pride in having supported 465 startups across diverse agriculture sectors, each contributing to the transformation of India's agriculture ecosystem. What sets Manasia apart is our comprehensive approach to entrepreneurship development. We don't just incubate ideas, we cultivate success stories. Our comprehensive support system offering expert guidance and specialized training in crucial areas such as agro-processing, post-harvest technologies, value addition, farm mechanization, animal husbandry, fisheries, dairy, commodity trading, supply chain management, and agri-consultancy, ensuring that our entrepreneurs are equipped to tackle every challenges in their journey. We are not just about business, but we are building futures. Every entrepreneur who walks through our doors carries a dream, and it is our privilege to help transform these dreams into reality. Through expert guidance, specialized training, and unwavering support, we continue to build an ecosystem where agriculture innovation thrives and entrepreneurs flourish. Today's sessions hold a special significance as we celebrate women's contribution to the agri-startup ecosystem. We are in the midst of an inspiring series highlighting the remarkable achievements of women entrepreneurs who have carved their niche in agriculture. We are conducting 25 webinars related to women in agri-startups involving both founders and mentors till April 2025. Our focus today is on women in millet value chain, a topic that resonates deeply with our commitment to sustainable and inclusive agriculture development. With great pleasure, I would now like to introduce our distinguished speakers for today's session, who will share their invaluable insights on women's role in the millet value chain. Their experiences and wisdom will undoubtedly inspire and guide us towards new possibilities in this emerging sector. So today we have three speakers with us, and our first speaker for today's session is Dr. Tanushree Singh ma'am. So she's the founder and CEO of Basic, a company transforming the millet-based government food industry. With a doctorate earned through a national fellowship, her work focuses on advancing nutrition science, particularly improving gut health in undernourished children through pioneering research conducted with Amul Cooperative India. At Basic Food Studio, she co-founded the company with the mission of challenging the notion that food convenience compromises the nutrition, emphasizing the creation of modern, sustainable, and nutritious solutions. As a member of FICCI's National Task Force on Millets, she contributed to shaping the future of millets in India's food ecosystem.
Raelia, I'm losing your voice. Is it me or?
Additionally, she
No.
serves on advisory board of studies at the
Agalya,
MS.
yeah, just a few minutes you lost. Can you come back with another 4, 5? Little early you can go. 1 minute, some 30
Yes,
seconds
sir.
early you can go. Yeah, there was
Yes,
network
yes.
issue, I suppose. Yeah, no issues. Yeah,
So
please
today,
go ahead.
yes, no problem. Yes, sir. So today's first speaker is Dr. Tanushree Singh ma'am. She's the founder and CEO of Basic, a company transforming the millet-based government food industry. With a doctorate earned through a national fellowship, her work focuses on advancing nutrition science, particularly improving the gut health in undernourished children through pioneering research conducted with the Amul Cooperative India. At Basic Food Studio, she co-founded the company with the mission of challenging the notion that food convenience compromises nutrition, emphasizing the creation of modern, sustainable, and nutritious solutions. As a member of FICC's National Task Force on Millets, she contributed to shaping the future of millet in India's food ecosystem. Additionally, she serves on advisory boards such as the Board of Studies at the MS Universities of Baroda and the Center of Excellence in Food and Agribusiness at Podar Business School, Jaipur. With this short introduction, I am welcoming Dr. Tanushree Singh ma'am to take over the session. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Raelia. That's very kind of you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for patiently listening to this introduction. I'm generally very uncomfortable when somebody's introducing me with a long list of things. Anyway, thank you, Manage, for actually initiating this series and celebrating women entrepreneurs, and that too in the millet ecosystem. And I think both are women entrepreneurs and millet. Both of these segments are in their very how should I say this, very fetal stage. They're just trying to I mean, it's in a very initial stage. So thank you for that, and I really appreciate this gesture that we are actually that there are serious people who are not only doing the business, but there are people who are celebrating them. Uh, and with that, let me share. I have built a small presentation, and hope this helps you understand our journey, how we are part of. As basic, how we are part of this value chain, and also since it is about women entrepreneurs, I'd like to highlight few challenges that we face as such, and maybe sharing those challenges would help the upcoming entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs, and make their path a little easier, relatively easier compared to us. I'm not very friendly with the WebEx because I generally use Google and Zoom, so I might. Okay, it's easier. Uh, I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Uh, so, how we are part of this millet value chain. So, my name is Tanushri, and I'm the founder of Basic. What we do at Basic is we are a functional comfort food company. We make modern comfort foods using ancient grains like bajra, jawar, ragi. And how do we do it? It's we standardize the seeds, the grains. We give those standardized grains to our farmer network. They grow millet for us, and right from milling it, to recipe innovation, to branding, packaging, everything we do it ourselves. Not that we've not chosen, I mean, we never wanted our task to be this difficult. We never wanted to become this 0 to 1 company. We wanted a easier path, but when we started Basic, millet was not that kind of a buzzword. uh, and everything was a challenge. There was a lot of people never heard of something called bajra biscuit, and they do not know at what point the millet grain should be milled, what kind of flour to be used, how it should be mixed, and everything. And farmers didn't know that this is a fodder quality millet, and this is food quality millet, and a lot of these challenges, and which is why we eventually become a company which is 0 to 1, a crop to cookie kind of a company. We currently run two brands. One is Basic, as you know. This is our D2C part, and wherein we are available with this brand on Amazon, on our website, and a few other points. And we also run small bistros, and we call it Bajra Bistro, where we serve millet cookies, along with fresh ginger chai, coffee, and something like that. We also serve millet cake slices and everything. Currently, we are running these bistros at 3-4 places in Jaipur, and we'll soon be available in more places. Some of our products are displayed here. For our work, we've been appreciated by Rajasthan government. We've won Best Startup Award. We are also a funded startup by Ministry of Agriculture. We are one of the startup of the US Embassy's incubator Nexus. And during the millet year, and even after that, we've been published by a lot of regional and national newspapers. And I hope I'm able to share how Basic has evolved as one of the um, as one of the soldiers in the millet ecosystem. And let's look how it's slightly difficult for women to build businesses in India and globally also. But I'll stick to my experiences and my journey. And the reason why I'm sharing these points is not because I want to complain or something, but it is really it's essential that we share these problems. At least this is, if these are highlighted, I think the future path is going to be easier. People will become more conscious, and maybe more uh, maybe women are more motivated to change this stats. So why there are very few unicorns, and why there are very few unicorns with women owners. Only 14%, actually 13.6 businesses percent businesses in India are run by women, and we share only 3% of the industrial output. And I know it's not something that people do not know, and it's not something that I'm the first one who's highlighting these problems. But till the time we solve this, till the time, I think we need to say it again and again, just like Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, or just like any other thing. You have to keep repeating these points so that people understand that yes, it's a challenging journey. Millet itself is a challenging journey, and for women entrepreneurs running a challenging industry, it's extremely difficult. And I do feel family and social conditioning has a huge role in impacting these statistics. Why? Because a lot of us, and including myself, my family, I don't see girls or women are pushed or encouraged to generate entrepreneurial or enterprising skill sets. Their role is rather nurturing and everything. I don't mind being a nurturer, but the society construct is not such wherein the nurturing role is rewarded. The only role that is rewarded by the society is the person who's writing the checks and having better bank balance. And which is why I think we need to shift some pedals. We need to at least try and make a level playing field for women as also. Uh, the second challenge that I felt, and it's a huge issue of access to basic necessities. I'm sure places like Hyderabad or Jaipur or Mumbai, they're far better in accommodating a women workforce, but a lot of our meetings get cancelled. A lot of our pitch decks or pitching sessions, they get cancelled because there's a remote location, because I don't feel safe enough to reach to that location, or maybe I don't feel safe enough to meet those people, and maybe I'm having my periods, or maybe there are no toilets and something like that. In fact, on that note, I'd like to share something. I once, when we shifted to Jaipur and want to find a place for basic, we were searching for a factory space, and this was 2020, and there's an industrial area in Jaipur wherein we were unable to find a place where there are toilets are made. Why? Because they said, okay, we only have male laborers and they go outside, so we don't have women labor, and which is why there are no women toilets. And trust me, there were multiple such buildings, there were multiple such constructions, and we were unable to find our office space in that area. So yeah. Third is lack of funding. I don't think it's it's like it's everybody knows this, that women businesses are not, people don't find them fundable. And people, by people I mean a lot of venture capitalists. I was asked a lot of times that when am I planning my wedding, and when am I planning my children, my kids, and what if I get pregnant? what if my husband moves to a certain place, and will I be carrying this business, and etc etc. Whereas a lot of my friends who are male founders, they were never asked such questions. All they were asked is how this rupees 10 would become rupees 1,000 and something like that. So I'm not saying it is just one person or just one segment, but yes, as society, we need to change that. And for entrepreneurs who are not, who don't come from rich backgrounds or lavish families, I think we do need capital support from the ecosystem, from government, from other funds. And if we keep questioning a woman's potential based on when is she planning her pregnancy and everything, I think we then you should not expect innovation from women. Or 50% of your population will always be, will not have a level playing field. And then you should not complain that your economy is not growing, because you're not getting a safe space for at least 50% of your population. uh, there are lack of female mentors and networks. There's no doubt about that. And because there are less entrepreneurs, there are less women investors, and then there are less women entrepreneurial mentors. And we really need to change that. Me, Sanjita ma'am, the the various people who are just working hard, not only because we want to build a business, but we also want to sort of change some dynamics in this place. And we can, we can only try. And hopefully in coming few years we'll be able to change a little bit, but of significant change for our upcoming women entrepreneurs. The reason why I shared all this point is because it's, of course, a vicious cycle. It's because you're not conditioning your girls for enterprising, for such skills. You're not able to have women investors, and you're not able to fund women businesses. And this vicious cycle, some of us really need to work hard and change that. This is from my side. I hope I'm able to share the journey, and also that as long as celebrating women is concerned, we need to address the challenges also. And I'd love to hear if you have any questions or anything you want to ask, which I can answer maybe through my journey.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for taking us to the journey of basic. Moreover, the experiences and challenges that the women are facing to become entrepreneurs, like as you said, being a family or social conditioning, and whether the access to the basic necessities, and most importantly, the lack of funding and the lack of female mentors and networking. So more than anything, it is inspirational journey. So that we will take up the questions after the two speakers presentation also. So kindly be in line, ma'am. Okay.
Definitely.
So, participants, if you have any questions, so you can keep in chat box, and also you can raise your hand. So the questions will be taken up. Let me call my colleague Josephine to introduce our second speaker.
Thank you,
Josephine.
Rahalya. Our second speaker, Ms. Sanjita, founder of OGMO Foods, entrepreneur, commercial food stylist, as a recipe developer with over 2 decades of experience, a passionate advocate for sustainability. She combines her expertise with masters in business economics to create innovative plant-based millet products that promote healthier lifestyle and environmental care. I welcome to the today's session, ma'am. Handing over to you.
Sanjita ma'am, I think you are in muted. Sanjita ma'am, am I audible?
Am I audible now?
Yes, you're audible. Kindly, your video is also not visible. Fine. Can you please switch on your video?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you very much, Manish, for this wonderful opportunity.
My voice is a little bit low. Can you? Yeah. So, yes.
Am I audible now?
Yes, it is audible, but the voice is little bit low. Yes.
It's very low.
Not. It's audible, but it's not perfectly. I think we can try.
Should I speak loudly? How is it?
Yes, yes. Now it is fine, ma'am.
Camera is okay?
Camera is not visible, but your audio is. We can hear your audio. Yes, ma'am. We can continue.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone, and thank you very much, Manish, for this wonderful opportunity. And that was a wonderful introduction, Tanushree. Good to know about your journey. And speaking about something so close to my heart today fills me with real excitement and purpose. I'll quickly touch three points today. One is why millets and why women. Another is my entrepreneurial journey. And why is this the best time for millet entrepreneurship?
Sanjita ma'am,
Yeah.
your voice is doubling. I think maybe you're on two devices, which is why it's echoing.
Voice is doubling now. Is it okay now?
Yeah, it's clear.
Yeah,
It's
now
clear.
it's fine. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Fine.
Because I'm using both my the phone and systems, because something is working in this and something is not working in
Yes,
that.
yes.
So I have been using both. Yeah.
No
Anyways,
problem, ma'am. Yes.
uh, yeah. As I told, I'll just quickly go through 3 points. Before diving in, let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed, like, we often hear these words nowadays? Do you think these are just the buzzwords? The health, sustainability, women empowerment. Can you go to the next slide, or should? Next slide, please. Yeah. So these three words which I was talking about, these are not the word buzzword in today's world. These are the driving forces behind the way we live, the way we eat, and the way we do business today. And there is one incredible yet underappreciated solution that lies at the intersection of these three essential elements, which is, yeah, the next slide, please. Yeah, which is millet. Now, coming back to our topic today, why millets, and specifically why millets and women are such a powerful combination. Let me make a bold statement today. The next slide, please. Yeah. Women have control over the entire value chain from seed to sales. I'll share some personal experiences that bring this statement to life. Yeah, next slide, please. We have a small farm on the outskirts of Chennai, and through it, I'm privileged of connecting with so many women farmers and rural people there. And like many, I assumed that farming was mainly a man's world. But spending time, actually, this is a picture of our village, our farm, where we do farming also. We cultivate millets also, minor millets. So I used to think that farming is mainly for men. But spending time in our village and with the rural people there, it completely changed my perspective. And to my surprise, I found out that the role of men in farming activities is actually minimal. Like, aside from driving the tractor during plowing, there was nothing much which men used to do. And the most backbreaking and labor intensive work it's still done by women. like from crop planning, tilling, weeding, sowing, irrigation, harvesting, post-processing, adding value to the final product, and even selling what they grow. But despite their significant role, they remain the unsung heroes. The next slide, please. Yeah, they remain the unsung hero. They never get the monetary or economic benefits from these crops. Yes, of course, they face a lot of challenges. The challenges I've set it right in the next slide. The challenges they face is lack of business activity. Next slide, please. The challenges they face are lack of business knowledge, yeah, access to credit and capital, lack of technology, poor market connections, and limited networking. And to my surprise, these barriers are common not only for rural women, but for the women entrepreneurs in urban areas too. So this is how, I mean, this sowed the seed of our journey into the world of minor millets. Next slide, please. Yeah, so this sowed the seed of Ogmo Foods. I'll tell you a little about how our journey started. Our journey started from the rural village where we have a farm and we grow millets. And the place where I was introduced to the rich, nutritious, and wonderful world of minor millets, it was around 2010. I mean, these rural staff of ours who work in our farm, they used to bring uh, goodies made from minor millets like same kur or porridge, which she is holding now, tine laddus or medu vadas, kudare wali, chides. So every dish like tasted extraordinary. But the thing was, they never got any monetary benefit out of it, though they possess a lot of skills. So the reason was the short shelf life of whatever uh, created. So this challenge planted the seed for Ogmo Foods in 2018. Next slide, please. Yeah, so 2018, we started first growing minor millets at our farm. We experimented growing foxtail, barnyard, and little millet, and we got very good yield of all these crops. Yeah, next slide, please. So that's how our mission started to create healthy recipes. So we did a lot of experiment, we did a lot of research on minor millets, and created to create healthy and sustainable minor millet products that could be shared with the world. So that was our next slide, please. Yeah, so how we slowly started reading about how to process these minor millets, and we traveled to many cities and purchase these food processing machineries which were required for the particular products. So we trained many rural staff, rural women in our factory about various stages of production, about how to package, and day-to-day operations at the factory. Next slide, please. So now Ogmo has over like 50 plus SKUs, and every product is made with minor millet, Siridhanium, what we call it. And every product is completely gluten-free, vegan, and is free from any preservative. So the food ranges from breakfast mixes, ready-to-eat breakfast mixes, energy bites, cookies, to health mixes, to energy drinks, to ready-to-eat premixes, ready-to-cook premixes. And we are coming some more new innovative products, which is going to be shortly launched coming week. Yeah, next slide, please. Yeah, so my advice would be to seize the opportunities, because today the global food market is shifting towards, especially after the corona time, it's completely shifting toward healthy, gluten-free, and climate resilient food options. And millet are a perfect fit for these three essential elements. And there is a tremendous opportunity and demand for women entrepreneurs to capitalize on these kind of food options. Yeah, next slide, please. So how you can capitalize on this is you can make value-added products, as I told you, like energy bar, healthy mixes, cookies, snacks, RTCs or RTE. You can seize the opportunity and capitalize on the demand created globally for gluten-free and healthy and climate-resilient food products. Next slide, please. So whether you opt for direct market as a direct manufacturer or a trading company or a sourcing agent, it depends, like if you want to have a control over your cost or the way you customize your product, you can opt for direct of being a direct manufacturer, or if you want to offer the world a wide range of products, you can offer for as you can start as a trading company or as a sourcing agent. But there is a plus point and negative point for each and every. Like for a direct manufacturer, if you want to become a direct manufacturer, there is a high upfront fees. You have to, like, investment, you have to invest in the machineries, you have to invest in the I mean, there are a lot of investment in direct manufacturing rather being as a trading or sourcing agent. Next slide, please. So over the years, I have met like numerous women-led startup founders who are passionate about millets in India, and they are creating many wonderful value-added products. Like Tanushri is there, Sharmila ma'am is there, and they are building brands of their own. They are creating numerous jobs, and they are transforming communities in the process. So to conclude, mine is a very short. I didn't want to add too much of my Ogmo products into the slide, so I'm making it a very short intro. So to conclude, I would like to say women-led millet entrepreneurship is more than just a business. It's a movement that changes how we eat, how we promote good health, and how we build a better world for everyone. So my advice is step into the world of millet, and make your millet startup soon and become the change makers of tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for the informative presentation. Yes, health, sustainability, and women empowerment. Having said these are the buzzwords, but as you said, these are the most important things to consider, which we also agree. So you also mentioned how women have control over the value chain from seed to sale, and how the women are playing a significant role in producing the nutritious food. And you also mentioned how you started the journey with the minor millets, and how you are providing training to the women, and what are the opportunities and
Agalya, network issue.
significant.
Agalya, are you getting?
Yes, sir. I can hear
No. Okay, there is the
you.
network issue in between. No issues. Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
Last minutes.
Yes. Thank you so much, ma'am. Now we'll move to the third speaker presentation. So before going to that, participants, if you have any questions, you can keep in chat box, or also you can raise your hand. So the questions will be taken up after the third speaker's presentation. So Tanushree ma'am and Sanjita ma'am, kindly be in line. Thank you. Yeah, to introduce our third speaker, let me call my colleague Usha to introduce our third speaker.
Thank you, Dr. Ralia. Good morning to all the attendees. To introduce our third speaker, she is one of the most dynamic and passionate leader, Ms. Sharmila Oswal. She is a proud daughter of soil, advocate for climate change, sustainability, and plant-based food revolution. So, Ms. Sharmila Oswal is a passionate and dynamic leader with over 2 decades of experience driving positive change in sustainable agriculture, climate action, and women empowerment. As a tireless advocate for Mother Earth and a global citizen, she is deeply committed to addressing the interconnected challenges of climate change, for food security, and social inequality through innovative solutions policy leadership, and grassroots empowerment. So she's playing many different roles, especially in leadership in national and global organizations. She is a director at Pale India Foundation, leading the Center of Excellence in Smart Agriculture and Millet, supporting India's transition to sustainable and climate resilient agriculture. Ms. Sharmila Oswal, ma'am, is also a board member of APEDA for millets under Ministry of Commerce, Government of India, and she is helping shape the national policy on promotion and export of millets, a key focus of India's agricultural strategy. She is also acting as a vice chairman, Jaina USA, promoting cross-border partnerships and collaboration to drive social and economic empowerment for communities. Also, additionally, she is a founder, chairman of Jito Ladies Wing, empowering women through skills development, entrepreneurship, and leadership opportunities while fostering social responsibility and economic inclusion. So with this short introduction, I now welcome you, ma'am. Handing over to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And it's indeed pleasure and privilege. And it's indeed my gratitude to manage and whole entire team, Dr. Sharwan, then the all team who coordinated and communicated with me. It's a wonderful platform to express the value chain and especially the topic where empowering women. Tanushri and Sanjita also, I think, very well and very beautifully expressed. And even I'm very delighted to hear their experiences in this millet journey. So to start with, even my journey as a woman, again, I coming from a Rajasthan and Maharashtra background. So Rajasthan is my, I mean, kind of a native, original place. So Ghungat. So there are a lot of stories written on me, Ghungat to Harvard. So till after marriage, my 12 years, I had a Ghungat like covering my face. So today what you see me is not original. It has made me the journey a woman goes through. So if you will see my lot of information on Google, you will find earlier what version I was. So belonging to Rajasthan, unwanted girl child coming in this world, where I think from the day one, that rejection, I think we as a women, so when we are talking about value chain, I think the first utmost important thing is thousands or millions or I think, billions of rejections. We as a women, we as a mothers, we as a sisters, we as a daughters, we as a farmers, we as entrepreneurs, we as a milletpreneurs, we have to have that consciousness and mindfulness when we are growing up or when we are developing this kind of ventures. So even similar like Tanushri, Sanjita, I also have this value chain called Good Mom, which is our established brand. And I'm very delighted to share the millet. Our millet story is narrated by none other than Prime Minister Narendra Modi in 97th episode of Man Ki Baat. Also again in 100th episode of Man Ki Baat. And also he released his coffee table book in which he covered our Maharashtra's millet story. So which is very much encouraging. So positively, when I look back my journey of millet story, especially with our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, he himself being the promoter and the brand ambassador of millets, that encouraged, and the way he encouraged women. I also had opportunity to work with 76 lakhs women of Odisha, the self-help groups where I did the capacity building programs, training these women for packaging, branding. See, women, they are the excellent housemakers, domestic engineers. I never call them as a pure housewife. They are the home managers. They are the domestic engineers, and they are the best manufacturer. Forget about the BRC plant and all. But what they do with the prema, sneha, and the kind of elements they put into it. So with all this journey, women goes through an abundance of the challenges. And I think we all are going through. I'm again thankful to RKVY, Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana, who's supporting women entrepreneurs fabulously. So I think our government, our institutions, I mean, may it be managed, may it be IIMR, if you see central government, agriculture, Ministry of Agriculture, the Ministry of Food, APEDA, Ministry of Commerce, all together, last few years, especially last millet year, and since this government came in, I think that women entrepreneurs started, getting encouragement, getting that boost. I think the outlook towards us has changed. Like earlier my experience, I'm into organic farming from last 2 decades. So I mean, our all farmers, we have like more than 1.5 lakh farmers. We have 7 states, our registered farmers as a clusters under APEDA. Now, when I work with them, or capacity building programs when we are doing, now we are doing gap certification for APEDA also. My experience is women farmers, especially, may it be like Gujarat, Saurashtra, or the remote parts of Rajasthan or Maharashtra, they are being absolutely, I mean, isolated. Help is not reaching somehow to the women farmers, or probably women farmers or women entrepreneurs are not been getting that kind of support. Or Tanushri very beautifully mentioned that when we are having meetings with VCs, or for the funding, I mean, the outlook is that, oh, this is a woman, oh, she's going to get married, she will be mother, how she will uh, can you off the mic, please? Somebody in between.
Yes, we did. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So, I mean, the outlook of the investor towards women, especially in India, not overseas. If you will see the foreign investors, this is not the issue. But in India, the VC is like, okay, मैं अगर 100 रुपया invest कर रहा हूँ तो मुझे 1000 रुपया कैसे मिलेगा? That is the mentality. So with every startup or women entrepreneur, this kind of approaches are there, unfortunately. So this is the journey what we as a women are going through. Now, 2 villages which we have adopted, Nilewadi and Bastwad near Kolhapur. Kolhapur had a huge floods. Now, we in Maharashtra, sorghum is a quite popular crop. Jowar. Jawar and ragi is also apparently we are doing. So with this kind of flood, the whole entire, like even the animals were traumatized. They were not able to give milk also. So that time, like this was again during the 2021. So we put up the cookies machine, ragi cookies, in these 2 villages. And I'm very happy and delighted to share the whole village, Nilewadi and Bastwad, got completely self-sufficient with these cookies machines. We put the, manufacturing cookies. These all women started making the ragi cookies, jawar cookies. And again, thankfully, we have all the great support system from the government here, Maharashtra. And we started the self-help groups and our FPOs with NABARD. We started the ecosystem. And through that, the entire 2 villages became self-sufficient, and the machineries cost what we put. I think some 25,000, 22,000, and one machinery which costed us 72,000. They refunded us that money back, the women of those village. And I was surprised. I was like shocked that till today, nobody would refund back money, what money is given to them by any NGO or CSR or government. Nobody would return, or well, we don't expect also. But these women told me, this 2 villages, that madam, आपने ये पैसे जो हमें दिए हमारी जरूरत में, आप ये पैसे किसी और गांव को दीजिए ताकि वो गांव भी self sufficient हो जाए. So this kind of millet value chain, what we created in Maharashtra, in Rajasthan, in Odisha, even in Assam, Guwahati, we have started this movement. In Assam also, like, the approach was very orthodox, very backward when we were working with the local women there. Even Meghalaya women, even the Nagaland, even the Tripura. During the G20 time, we had the occasion to interact many women across the country. Even Rajasthan, earlier the approach was very poor. I mean, again, we are all Gungat. I myself is one of the Rajasthani women. So I know the approach. Again, the water scarcity, huge challenges. Imagine to work in a 50-degree temperature. If you see the Badmer side, now, again, this is a feedback or the thing, like, the Bajra Kendra started at Badmer, which is on the border of Pakistan and India. It's extreme heat. Now imagine the whole ecosystem is based in the secretariat called Jaipur or Jodhpur, and the Bajra Kendra is started in Badmer. So again, connecting dots are missing. Women are completely isolated. We have a huge women farmers, women millet entrepreneurs. Even Tanushri is from Jaipur. So now we have initiated this talk, like Rising Rajasthan is there, which is like on the lines of Vibrant Gujarat. So we have done some of the MOUs where we are encouraging the millet entrepreneurs. Even like we have done the MOU for starting the millet value chain, because Bajra is predominantly very high production in Rajasthan. But as you all know, Bajra has a very sour taste, which is like, even if you make the atta of Bajra, it is a very, like rancid taste. And then again, it goes rancid, and the taste is bitter after 15 days. That atta becomes like spoiled. So on those lines, how do we increase the shelf life, or how do we increase the, the awareness or tastes or so. Considering all these challenges, we came up with the innovations of, okay, like in Rajasthan, it's a very popular food, Gujarat and Rajasthan, bajra no khich and bajra ka raab. That is a soup actually. It's like a similar like soup in winters. Bajra ni raab is a very popular. Kodro ni rotli. It is all I'm talking a Gujarati and Rajasthani. You are from South India, so we have all the diversified experiences here. So I'm talking about typically Rajasthan and Gujarat. It's a very popular food amongst the old people, senior citizens, because it's very healthy. Our all ministers every day, including our prime minister, have the bajrani khichdi. But youngsters, the present generation, won't eat it. So what do we do it? So thankfully, last 3 years, 4 years, all the startups, including us, Good Mom, we all came up with the very innovative products like millet noodles or, replacing the millet khichdi to, if they are having the millet noodles, millet pasta, again, considering the food ingredients, we have to emphasize on 70% above millets using, not that, many multinationals, they call it as a millet cookie and they are using 1% millet, and then 99% is a refined flour or, added ingredient, then there is no use of that. So there are very good products in the market. Like, I hear Sanjita is there. Ogmo products are very good. Even I have a lot of colleagues in the industry. They have created a great value chain. Even Good Mom has created lots of gluten-free millet cookies, millet pasta, millet noodles. In fact, millet, we have created.
Ma'am, you're not audible. Hello, ma'am. Sharmila, ma'am, you're not audible. Sharmila, ma'am. We are not audible, ma'am. Yeah.
Saurabh, can
Can
you call?
someone please? Yes, someone please call.
No, they are hello.
Madam,
My
last
Yeah.
time
1
is up.
minute we lost you, madam. No, last
Yes.
1 minute
Yeah.
we lost you. Connectivity, yeah.
Okay. So do I have to
Now it
sum
is
up
fine.
now?
No, now it is fine.
Okay.
You can carry on. Yes.
Okay. So we are working with US Nebraska farmers as well. In fact, from 2021, we did a lot of capacity building farm training programs to Georgia. In fact, Tbilisi, if you, I mean, this is again in the Asian context, but it is like as good as Europe, and it has a great influence of US as well. And also with the US farmers of Nebraska. So with Burger King, we had a lot of talks. We had even talks with the Domino's. In fact, we visited the Domino's headquarters at the Michigan, and we created this kind of, I think, momentum where that Indian startups, Indian entrepreneurs, if they get this opportunity, they are making this millet pizza base, millet rotis. So now millet rotis can be converted into a pizza base. So this is a kind of value chain what we have come up with. And even recently, we are with APEDA team in Dubai. In fact, I'm just after this session, we are leaving to Dubai. Evening with the APEDA, we have this again presentation in Dubai on the millets. So we are trying to come up with a lot of value chains, and we all women are going through a lot of challenges. I know this, and I think with all we coming together, Manage has taken up this kind of initiative. So I feel this kind of initiative will make a lot of momentum. And I think we need to do a lot of promotions, and we together, let's say Manage or we as a startup, we as a milletpreneurs. In fact, I would request here Dr. Sharvanan and the team here, like Odisha has a huge potential. I think Manage needs to have its branches or kind of centers across our cities like Pune, Jaipur, because these are the very much value driven cities where there is a huge need, and we don't have any center of excellences here. We don't have. And then how many people would come to Hyderabad, because language is a big barrier for us, especially just Rajasthan, Gujarat, if you see Madhya Pradesh, Delhi. And I have created this huge kind of community. We have like more than 1 lakh members now in our millet community, where they all keep this dialogue with me that madam, like it is going to Hyderabad is very difficult. Language barrier is there. Many people are not able to speak English. जो देसी टाइप के है जो बम्बैया स्टाइल के है, थोड़ा बॉलीवुड इन्फ्लुएंस है. I'm just kidding, okay, because I don't want too much seriousness. So in millet also, when we bring Bollywood, I tell you, माल जल्दी बिकता है. This is a typical Bombaya language. So end of the day, we need to create a business, we need to create a revenue. Feasibility is important, economics is important, viability is important. Now how do we bring all this together? We all know the health benefits. We know it is gluten free, it is fiber. You see the advertisement on the TV. A mother and child is in a toilet, mother is saying beta ho gaya, bachcha is saying no, beta ho gaya nahi, तीसरी बार बोलता है हाँ. So what is it? It is a millet atta, right? Ashirwad ITC company ka. So multinationals has lot of money, lot of advertisement funds. So they will have cash burn budgets every year. Company like Reliance will have 200 to 300 crores. How does the startups or the women entrepreneurs will do? Every shelf cost. If you see the sustainability, 5 lakhs agar minimum budget bhi pakde, so it's a huge budget for a startups. It's a milletpreneurs. Or let's say GT or MT, millet, the distribution channels. If we want to sell maximum millet products or a value chain, what we have created, how does these women entrepreneurs will reach these kind of chains or these kind of markets? And the pricing, most important thing is pricing. Now what happens is, last year was a millet year. Suddenly the rates become like garibo ka food become a niche food, wellness food, fitness food, health industry. So if you see the all
Ma'am,
classy,
sorry to interrupt. Yeah, we will finish within 2 minutes so that we'll have time for interaction with the participants
yes.
also.
So
Yes, thank you.
concluding, actually I'm on the conclusion part only. So the concluding, how will women address these challenges of reaching the shelves or reaching the all let's say the selling points? Because WhatsApp पे वो कितना business करेगी, Amazon पे कितना business करेगी, and how she will recover her investment, how she will recover her resources or the salaries. So there are huge challenges. So when we are encouraging women entrepreneurs, this is a very important aspect. How do we make our startup as a feasible, economic, viable, sustainable? Because your product, when you are doing marketing on Insta also, your shelf life is only this, like a less than second. So that cash burn, avoiding cash burn, how do we have that a profitable approach? Business is not all about profits, but at the end of the day, we need to make the sustainability so that we can generate the salaries. Thank you so much for inviting me here. Thank you, Manage, entire team, and Jai Hind.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for the wonderful talk and taking us to the journey of Good Mom and mentioning your achievements and how you strive towards women upliftment across the various states in the country by supporting the women entrepreneurs and women farmers and struggles and what we actually missed in this movement. Thank you so much for sharing your journey and experience with the Good Mom and significance of the millets. So your journey is really inspirational to many of our participants. So without delay, we'll move to the next part of the session. So participants, if you have any questions, you can keep in chat box and you can also raise your hands. So hope all three speakers are available. So we'll take up the questions now, ma'am. So there's a question from Mukesh Sainani. So she's asking, this question is to Sangeeta, ma'am. So do you also sell millets in raw form? What is the demand for packaged millet produce?
Yeah, we also do sell millets in raw form. So there is a good demand for that because we are adding values to the raw form also. What we do is we don't just like that grow millet and pack and sell it. What we do is we wash it, we pre-soak it for a stipulated time and then sun dry it and then pack it. So it becomes another value added product. So there is a good demand for that. And we make all the product with the same millet, using the same millet. So there is a good demand because a value is added to the raw form also.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. So there's one more question from Jeevan Rao. Sorry, there's one more question from Mukesh. So he's asking what efforts are needed to spread awareness to replace wheat and rice with the millets. I think three can take up this question and answer. Tanushree ma'am and Sharmila ma'am, Sanjita ma'am. Yes.
Sure. What efforts? See, it's like I said, it's a very, it is at a fetal stage. Like Sharmila ma'am very rightly mentioned, Bollywood aayega to dhanda banega, which means if you can, I mean, if you can afford it, we must bring celebrities to push it. I mean, it'll change the tangent of millet as a product. I know there is a Netflix series wherein one of the star of the show says that she only eats millet, bajra dalia ya millet dalia. There was this dialogue which was very popular. I think small these efforts. Otherwise, it's just fundamental marketing techniques wherein, like our prime minister, he talks about millet a lot, and it did make a difference. It actually, if you analyze the search word on Google for millets, it has changed drastically. But yes, to make it it as an industry, as a business, I think we need more efforts. And yes, there are good shortcuts. One shortcut could be celebrity angle. That's my answer.
Thank you, ma'am. So, Sharmila, ma'am, from your side.
Basically, because it was a millet year, there are two approaches to it. Actually, government who has done millet year, and then unfortunately this suddenly stopped. Like last year, it was like one country, one nation, one crop policy was implemented, and then this is, I think, appeal we should and everybody should do in their regular course of action to the government that please आप रुक मत जाइए, keep continuously talking about it, because suddenly from ministry side we get to know that, oh, the millet year chala gaya. Okay, so millet year chala gaya, now they are not no more talking about it or encouraging. So I think somewhere as a part of policy, it should be there that in fact millet year should be declared, millet decade, from millet year, because so much investments are done from the government side in the millet year. So I mean G20 also, or if you will see the all overseas the programs and the exhibitions which government has done, so whatever the investment they have done, it will get materialized. It's thousands of crores of rupees investment, so that money will get materialized for millets if it will be a millet decade. Because now it has started getting generating the awareness through the millet year. Otherwise people were not at all like thinking about millets, because everybody's like quinoa, oats. People are so much influenced by the westernized grains. So when millet year has come, it has to be millet decade. So this momentum will be continuous. And secondly, people like us, all the startups, milletpreneurs, and those who have started millets, you see in diabetes and a lot of chronic diseases are getting reversed. There are fabulous results out of millets. So I think people know about it. It's just that we need to take organic efforts for making awareness.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Sanjita, ma'am, from your side, what awareness we can create to replace with the wheat and rice, ma'am?
From my side, I would like what we used to do is like mostly social media influencers. That is the most organic way to create. You can reach out to the nutritionists or people who are into health and well-being. Reach out to them, and because I mean, they have a good fan following and people who are looking for health-conscious food. So that is one way. Another way is, yeah, reach out to schools, canteen, reach out to corporates. We have been supplying it to some corporates. So there is a big MNC, a couple of MNCs. We have completely replaced their earlier whatever they used to sell in the canteen with products which are minor millet based, and we have reached out to them. So like this, you can create a lot of institutions are there. There are hospitals who are specifically treating, say, diabetes or any other lifestyle diseases. Reach out to them. People who are taking care of the nutrition department in the hospital. So these are the ways we approach. I mean, these are pocket friendly also. Instead of going directly to celebrities and spending lakhs, which I don't think at this stage for a bootstrap venture it is feasible or viable. So we go for more organic reaches to create awareness.
Sanjita, I think here I will
Yeah.
add, I think
Yeah.
Tanushri's or my point, just to add your thing, we do not have to hire Bollywood celebrities. Many celebrities, those who are with the social consciousness,
True.
There are celebrities like Akshay Kumar or Nandita Das or Shabana Azmi or social consciousness who will voluntarily do this for the government, for the country, and for the nation, because they are contributing to the national agenda. It's a health agenda. Yeah.
And
That will be
also,
the best.
but also I
Unless
wasn't
there is a cost involved in that.
yeah, just to add to that, I wasn't answering as a brand, what should you do? I think as an ecosystem, since Millet, the government, like it was earlier mentioned, have spent hell lot of money. You're anyway celebrating, so might as well, try tricking people into eating millets. Virat Kohli eats bajra dalia. You don't have to brand it. You just have to say, multiple times that you're part of it, this is part of your diet, this is good, and blah blah. And I think that'll help a lot of smaller brands, just the consumption, yes, will grow.
So adding to Tanushri here, you have to be Munna Bhai MBBS for millet, promoting millet. So I think we need to be very kind of, happening style, and then only I think things will work.
Put the gun on somebody else's shoulder and shoot for millets.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the answer. So I think it is almost 12 o'clock. Still, there are few questions in the chat box, but I cannot able to take all the questions since we are restricted to 1 hour. So thank you, participants, for your questions. So since I'm really sorry, since we are short of time, I cannot take all your questions. No problem. Still, if you have any questions, you can contact the speakers. The speaker details are given in the chat box. And also, if you miss something interesting regarding the today's webinar, so go and just rewatch the webinar. The YouTube link for the watching the webinar is given in chat box. Apart from this, also from Mani's side, we have exciting update for you. So this year, cohort 12 applications are open. So interested students, agripreneurs, and startup across the India. If you have an innovative idea and the idea that's serving the farming community, don't wait. Go and apply for it. So the link we also shared in the chat box, and it is available in all our website and social media handles to receive such interesting updates that's happening. So stay tuned to our social media handles and do not forget to follow us on social media. So along with this also, as we are celebrating 5 years of online excellence of Saturday webinar, we have published Manage Extension Next Good Practice Bulletin on Agri-Startup Ecosystem webinars for multiple stakeholders. So the link to download the bulletin shared in the chat box. Before concluding the session, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to our 3 speakers, Tanushri ma'am, Sangeeta ma'am, and Sharmila ma'am, for sharing your valuable insights. Thank you to all. And also I want to thank all the participants for active engagement and thought-provoking questions. And I would like to thank the director, Dr. Sarunandra sir, whose idea and unwavering support have made 215 webinars journey possible. So do not forget to give feedback of this webinar. The link is shared in the group. And also do not forget to register for the upcoming webinar. So as Sanchita ma'am said, this is not the business. We shall continue this movement with 25 more webinars related to women agri startup ecosystem. So hope you all join this movement. So see you next week with another exciting topic. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All
Thank you
madam,
so much.
Sarmala ma'am and Tanusri ma'am and Sanjita madam, thank you very much. Thank you for joining today.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you
very
so
much,
much.
Sarunandra.
Very much.
Thank you.
Thank you
Nice.
very much. Thank you.
Nice.